Do it.
All right, girls, welcome, welcome. We're so glad that you're here. I'm supposed to do a little bit of recognition. I should have written some things down, but oh well, we know what to recognize, right? I'm going to recognize you because you're here. Yay! We're glad. Also, I want everyone who was able to get on with us for Lori Hogg just to raise your hand, do a little woohoo for me. All right. I know Cindy was there too. Yep, there's a little hand clap. It was amazing. I know we're going to do our count up for sales. So, who did $100 in sales this week? Yay, Alana. Woo, drum roll. So did Cindy, I think. Do I see clapping hands?
Yes.
Okay, good. Got to make it clear here for me. Okay, who did 200? Alana did 200. Okay, Alana, tell us how much. Okay, so did Cindy. All right, 300. Awesome. 400.
No, 250 was my max.
Oh, 250 was your max. Okay, Miss Alana, what'd you do?
Unmute. 370.
Yay! Congratulations. Awesome, 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 awesome. Cool. Very good. Good for you girls. Glad for both of you. That's awesome. When you were selling product, it's so much fun, isn't it? I love it. I love it. Who did some shares? Did anybody share Mary Kay this week? Awesome. Yay, Alana. Tell us about that. We want to hear.
One girl, she's been somebody that she's one girl that I work with, and she actually just recently, she left me and moved down to the Mobile area. And, I recently introduced her to Mary Kay, and she actually attended one of our virtual beauty experiences on a Monday Night Live, and she just fell in love with us. And she's been like saying like, I don't know, could I do this? I don't know. I'm not sure, kind of thing. So I sat down with her and I said, okay, what would you want out of it and what would it look like? So yes, Chris, exactly. I explained to her, everything that we have to offer to her, and she's not quite ready yet because, like I said, she did just move. So she's like, just keep on asking me. I want to get into this new job that she started today, and they just bought a house. They've been putting it all together for the last week. So she's like, just keep on asking me. I'll eventually say yes. And she's really looking forward to being a part of this because she really loved it. And she's also been attending some of the other things that I've been doing outside of this too. So it's really fun. And another girl, I shared twice. Another girl is somebody that, I was actually just looking through, I think I was scrolling through Instagram one day, and she's so sweet, and I invite her to everything. And I met her. She was actually like a guest of a hostess. I'm sorry, Hondo, if you hear him. And one day I was scrolling through Instagram, and I just was like, I got this thought, like, I feel like I want to work with her, and I need to share the business. So I asked her if I could have like 20 minutes of her time, and sent her a video that I thought was like, just really gave a lot of good information that maybe I haven't shared with her before. And I'm continuing to have her answer some questions. And I think she'll be joining us in the next couple of months too. So.
Yay, congratulations. That is awesome. Awesome, awesome. Does anybody else have anything they want to crow about? Yep, Sharon, I see you, girl.
I had two people ask me if I know anybody that sells Mary Kay. And I said, and of course, wearing my Mary Kay mask, that helps a lot also. And so in the little catalog that we get, I got a book, and then my director up in Wisconsin sent me a couple of books. So I had books to give them, and I stamped them with my name. And then one of them used to be a consultant. So
Awesome.
She's a real possibility, but so's the other one. They both said they used it and liked it. So
Yay, good for you. Nothing better than when opportunity meets preparedness.
Right.
So good
right.
job. We have to be prepared. Proud of you. Good job. Yes, Miss Cecilia.
I want to share this. So, because a lot of us are in different towns and you may be able to do this, I have partnered with Cricket Wireless and they let me set up a table for free. Now, I'm going to the next town over because there's a large Hispanic market, which is what I want to get into. And I'm going to be going once a month to that place, set up my table, and talk to people about Mary Kay. So if you have a Cricket Wireless in your town, check it out.
That's a new thought. We might even have one here. Think about
There
that.
you go. You see, you don't ever know.
You
Unless
never
you
know.
ask, you don't know. And so, because I work now insurance, so I told her, I said, oh, by the way, I also do State Farm. Can I bring some flyers? And she's like, oh yeah, sure. I mean, super, super nice. And I was like, okay, so I'm going the first, and our particular one is open on Saturday and Sunday. And she's already told me that their biggest influx of customers comes on Sundays. She's like, if
Wow.
you could do a Sunday, I was like, I'm here. So I'm going Saturday and Sunday once a month, every month.
That's awesome.
And for free, I mean, you can't even beat that. And they get used to seeing you every month and then they start getting a little closer and, oh, you're back. Oh, hey. Oh, so I wanted to
excellent.
share the love. Everybody go check out Cricket.
Well, and what a great place to go because you're not competing anything with what they're doing and they're there
Exactly.
waiting in line. So that's awesome. What a great idea. Yay, go Cecilia. Esmer just texted me and said she has no internet with big sad teary eyes. So she's like, I can't get on. So just to let you know. So reach out to her and say, hey, okay. All right. Anything anybody else want to share? Oh, Corey.
There we go. Yeah, actually, so I've got one girl. All right, we'll go. Sorry. I've got one girl who has already agreed to let me set her up a consultant website and everything to set her up as a consultant. So I do have that. I'm kind of timing it because I may have more. But she's actually making me some makeup tutorial videos with some product that I sent her. And I also sent her a selfie light, which she was really, really excited about. And so she's going to be doing those for me because I don't have time to do that. And then I'm going to hook her up with her own website so that she's getting the commission off of those sales from her videos. And then I've also been able to give out. So on Mother's Day, I was able to give out some samples and product to some ladies at my church, which went over really well. One of them asked for a catalog. And then I've been getting so I'm 6 months pregnant and I was getting my OB set up because I just recently moved to Ohio. And so there's 2 nurse practitioners there. And I saw that on the website before I went. So I made them both up a little bag and gave it to, I said, well, you've got to take care of the people who take care of you. And they're like, I'm going to try your makeup. I'm going to try your makeup, so they really liked that.
That's awesome. Again, I love it. Being prepared. She looked on the website. You get big gold star, girl. She looked on the website. She saw there were 2 of them. She prepared a bag for each one and she went. And I love that you handed out goodies at church. And you know what I love so much about it, Corey, is that you just said, I handed them out and then someone asked me for a catalog. You gave them what I think it was, I can't remember who called it a blessing bag. Jasmine, you gave them a little blessing gift and it multiplied into more. And I believe it will in the future again. And
Right.
so congrats. Yay. Look at all these great ideas. Cricket and going to the OB doctor. That won't be happening for me, but I could use that somewhere else. I think the OB doctor for me is probably not. Anyway, that's cool. Good thinking. I love it. I love it. Okay, girl, I'm going to throw it back to you, Miss Christie. Talk to us.
Right. Okay. Well, I am so excited. I love all those ideas. Thank you all for sharing. I love it. Love it. So I don't know. My PCP book has not hit my mailbox yet, but I have heard that they are hitting some of the mailboxes. So just know when that PCP book hits your mailbox, that means it's probably hitting your client's mailbox as well. So be ready for that. And actually, Alana's going to do some training for us in just a little while on how to do or how she does her PCP follow up and has had great success with all of that. So, and of course, y'all all know that all the products are available for everyone to order now. So Nancy and I are sporting our eyes today. We learned a new eye technique on Saturday. So we're like, you know, looks so good. Nancy's looks really good. Okay, so 2 more things I have to tell you. On June 7th, that's actually going to be our next meeting. Like we have what's going to feel like forever before we get back together again. So since we are only meeting twice a month, it is so important for you to stay connected with your sales director and for us to stay connected with you as well. So we want to give you, we want us to have more freedom with our weeks, especially in the summertime. So that's why we went down to the 1st and 3rd. But it's so important to be here on the nights that we are here and stay connected with us and with your sisters on the Facebook and text messages and phone calls and all of that. But the exciting thing, you guys, is on June 7th, which, by the way, I have something very funny to tell you guys. That is my husband's birthday. That is Nancy's husband's birthday, but we will be here. We'll just go out afterwards. So, oh yeah, great idea, graduation gifts. So on that day, June 7th, make note, we are going to do a virtual beauty experience that night. And it's all about summertime. So we'll get you a list of products that we're going to feature that night, but just know it's going to be a dash out the door look of some sort. And I'm certain that the micellar water will be a part of that as well. And so I've been making my little samples. I don't have any right here on my desk right now, but making my little samples with the little cotton rounds and all the stuff in there and sending it to my clients. As I'm doing my reorder bags, I send them a sample of it too. So it's getting a lot of people excited about that. So June 7th, make note, we'll be in touch with you to keep you reminded, but it's going to be just a really fun night for summertime makeovers and easy skincare and all the things, okay? And then, Nancy, I hope it's okay for me to say this. We have a little surprise for you. So, I know. So we have a little surprise for you. For those of you who got to participate with us with Lori Hogg on Saturday. I know, I can see the head bopping going on. So we ended up with $60 extra. And so we're like, okay, well, what can we do with $60 extra? And so what I have done is I have loaded all of the consultants who attended into my randomizer app. And so 3 lucky consultants are going to get their registration back. You're going to get $20 back to you. So I hope you guys are excited about that. And yes, I know I'm excited for you too. So I'll do that here in just a few minutes and announce our winners at the end. So you must stay until the end. I'm not going to say you have to be present to win because nobody knew we were going to do that. So that wouldn't be fair. But we will have Lori again because I think that it was a huge success. So we'd love to turn it over to our girls who attended on Saturday and give each consultant, actually Nancy, I'm stepping on your toes right now. Each consultant just like tell us one thing, like what was one takeaway, like that was like, bam, your favorite thing that Lori shared. So I'm just gonna mute myself and y'all just pop in there and tell us what you got.
First.
Always.
Sorry. I do this at work too, if it makes anybody feel any better. Okay, so You know, the thing that I really took away from that experience was it was all about like she emphasized so much about how our company goes above and beyond because every single product is made to work together. So you can legitimately, except for Clinical Solutions, because like I love the joke that she made. She's like, that girl just does her own thing. But every single other product within our company, you can piece from everywhere and it all will go well together and none of them are going to work against each other. And how different that is from every other company that's in skincare and cosmetics. They don't even think about that. They're just like, oh, this is popular, let's do this. Who cares if it works with this other thing that I have out here? But Mary Kay takes the time to make sure that every single one of our products just adds more benefit and never work against each other. And it was just like, and she knows because she's worked with all of it. She's worked with all of these different companies. So she like, and it's not like she has a stake in our company. So like, it's just really great to have that reminder from a professional. I mean, like, of course we're professionals in our own businesses, but like to hear that out of her mouth, like our company cares about the products that we're putting onto people and the fact that like if they want these benefits, they're all going to work together. You can use the C+E and the tone correcting and the lifting serum, and they're all going to work together and they're going to marry beautifully. And I love that. So.
Okay, who wants to go next? Yes,
Do y'all
Yenia.
really, I was gonna say, do y'all really want us to go after her? Come on.
Yes, I know. I agree with everything that Alana just said. Mary Beth and I were talking about that.
I was
Yes.
just gonna say ditto.
Absolutely. So I was totally fangirling on Saturday, you guys. I was like, oh my God, it's Lori. So just to throw that out there, I was like, ah. But I just think it's so cool how she's like, almost like she's a fangirl herself of our products, just like Alana said. You know, she really just is like, you guys' products go above and beyond. You know, they do all this stuff. And our company really thinks about how it's going to affect our customers. I really like that she pointed out as well how we kind of, because we've talked about it so much, how we pivoted since the pandemic started. She was like, there's so many companies that just kind of fell off the face of the earth. And you guys were just like, oh, this is nothing. Let's keep it moving. You know, and we were even more successful than we had been before. Yes, the zigzag snap. Like, you know, like Mary Kay just keeps it rolling. So I loved that she threw that out there for our customers out there to hear as well. Like, hey, you know, we're still, this is not like, it's not for play, like this is for real. It's a legit business and we run it. So I really loved that. And I mean, like, hello, she's covered in tattoos. She's super cool. Like, you're getting it from a professional that looks super cool. I loved it. I loved it all.
And she is super cool and totally authentic. Like if you meet her face to face, have a one-on-one conversation with her, she's no different than what you saw on Saturday. Like she is so real, and I love that so much about her. So I'll have to get her to Huntsville at something. So, okay. Cindy, did you want to add anything else?
I'm gonna jump with something in here. I even invited my Sleeping Beauty, and she was thrilled. She's gonna place an order for everything that she talked about. So whoever didn't show up needs to go this next one. I'm hoping we'll get her again, because there was not just one thing to talk about. It was just awesome to hear from somebody else. I mean, we listen to y'all and we know it's great, but to hear it from somebody else, it's you know, and like she said, she's not getting paid for it or anything like that from the company, and she knows her stuff. That's just amazes me. I need to get on the ball.
Yeah. Yeah, she's good. So yeah, I think like maybe in 6 months, let's have her back because we'll have more new products coming out, in 6 months, maybe right before Christmas or something like that.
Can I say something?
Of course. Of course
Is
you
anybody
can.
else there that wants to talk before I say something? Okay. I loved how she said stuff. I loved the explanation of just because you use dry shampoo does not mean you never shampoo your hair again. Cracked me up. But I love that because it just makes such sense, because you're right. People start using the micellar water and they're just like, well, I don't have to wash my face. And I love that because that's that preemptive, I always call it strike before people get a negative thought in their head. So I'm just going to use that and wash my face that way. So I loved that. I also loved, what was the other thing that she said that cracked me up? I don't know. I can't remember now, but that was one thing that I just love the way she said things. And I took notes. I can see using those things when I'm presenting, because it's funny, and it makes people feel at ease and not just all teachy, but just really thought provoking. And so I love that. The other thing that I learned for me personally, I have always put my foundation on first and then put on my eyeshadow. So now for 2 days, 3 days, no, 2 days. There's only been 2 days since then. I have done my eyes first, which is very strange, but you know what? Everything looks better. And so, I mean, we're never too old to learn something new. And I think that's phenomenal. Then 2 other things I wanted to share. Do not divorce your skincare. Yes, I love that. That was good. That was what I was thinking of. Do not divorce your skincare. You're right. The other thing is just along the lines that Cindy had said, is that I invited several guests. I had 3 guests that actually showed up. And from that, a couple $100 in sales and a new team member. And I believe that is in part because she is not in Mary Kay. And just like you, Alana, I've been layering this gal. She's come to a VBE before. And it's just really, it was important when I called her and said, I want to chat. She's like, I'm ready to sign up now. And I believe it was because someone from the outside was talking about how amazing our products are. And so I just encourage you, next time we have her, get your clients there, get the girls you would like to recruit there, because it's coming from outside of us. And she is fun and she's funny. And so anyway, that's what I got. It was great. It was absolutely awesome.
Love it. Thank you for sharing that, Nancy. There was a lot of funny things that she shared.
She was hilarious. And I mean, does that not, I think the other thing is that we need to not take ourselves so seriously, because we loved how authentic she was and how down to earth she was, and, a little goofy, maybe silly, but did we not all love her? And so I think we need to remember that when we're sharing our products with people, that we need to be as authentic as she was, and that they'll have a better time as well.
Yes. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so we're going to switch gears here. And so we're going to talk about creating some new habits. And we're going to talk about, like, a lot of people right now in Mary Kay are like wrapping up some huge goals. And you may be wrapping up a huge goal too, and that is awesome. And this is momentum building time going into the new year. So if you've got big goals for the new year, don't wait till July 1st to start working on those. You start working on those now, because you'll have that momentum built, and it's going to be rolling by the time July 1st rolls around. So we're going to talk about some habits and 5 things that successful people do. So, and you all know, for those of you who know me well, I believe that being disciplined to a schedule and doing things habitually, I believe it gives you freedom and flexibility in your schedule. And I know that sounds like it wouldn't, but if you literally plan your work and work your plan, then you've got playtime in there also. So I have a new person that I am accountable to, and she asked me for a weekly plan sheet last week. And so it's been years since I've had to give someone my weekly plan sheet. And so when I gave it to her, I said, hey, I mean, I know there's a lot of white time on here, but I always know something's going to come up in the middle of the day, and I need to have extra time built into my schedule so that I can take care of those things. And so when you do a weekly plan sheet, we do not expect you to fill in every single minute of every single day. I don't want that lifestyle. I'm sure nobody else does either. So that was not in my notes to say, but apparently I needed to say that to someone. So one thing that I recently heard is that you can't have $1 million dream on minimum wage habits. So if you evaluated your habits right now, would they be $1 million habits, or would it be minimum wage habits? And you don't have to tell us, because I don't want to put anybody on the spot. And sometimes it's day to day exactly what that is. I'm setting my timer so I don't go over time. So that's something to think about. Like when you are, I'm going to tell you guys a little story. There was a time in my Mary Kay business when I felt like I needed to be doing something Mary Kay all the freaking time. Pardon my language, but all the freaking time. That is not healthy thinking, okay? So if you think that, I just want you to erase that out of your mind right now, because it's all about balance, you guys. I don't want you thinking about Mary Kay all the time. I don't want you doing Mary Kay all the time, because you will get burned out and then you will do nothing. So create a healthy balance. And I really feel like when you have a weekly plan sheet that you work from, then you can create a healthy balance. And if you don't know how to create a weekly plan sheet, let me know. I'll have a one-on-one session with you to teach you how to do that, because the concept that I use is much different than most people use. So, okay, so if I came to your house and I watched you for 24 hours, I could probably tell you the direction that your life is going to go in. Alana, I see that look on your face. But it's all about those daily habits. It's about the habits of when people are not watching you, what are you doing? And so, and I'm looking myself in the mirror. Nancy does the same thing. It's like when I am saying this, I am speaking to myself as well, because some days the habits are really good. Some days I just fall completely off the wagon. So today was really good, by the way. And I'll tell you why. It's because I made my 6 most important things list to do. So the secret of your future is hidden in your daily habits, in your daily routine. So I'm going to give you 5 things to do every single day for the next 21 days. And if you decide that you'd like to be accountable to your sales director on these 21 days of habits, we would love that. I would absolutely. I'll take that challenge with you and be accountable with you. So the first thing that I'm going to tell you is to pray, meditate, whatever it is that you do, but spend quiet time. You guys, Nancy and I both, my alarm clock goes off at 5 o'clock every morning. It's not because I have to get out of bed at 5 o'clock in the morning. It's just that if I don't set my alarm clock for 5 o'clock every morning, 2 very important things in my life will not happen. And that is my quiet time and my exercise time. Because once the day gets rolling, it doesn't stop rolling until it's time to go to bed. And at 7 o'clock, when we get off this call, I don't feel like going and exercising. And my mind is rolling too much for me to have some quiet time. So it's really important to set aside some time for praying and meditation. That doesn't mean you have to stay there for an hour or 2 hours. If you're just starting out, maybe just set aside 10 or 15 minutes. And, you know, if you want to spend some time in a devotion, or, you know, in scripture, whatever it is that fulfills your heart, that's what I would suggest for you. The other thing that I would suggest is adding some journaling in there with it too. And it is amazing, you guys, how journaling will change your life. It will change your thought process. I know. I've got one that's almost full, and it's fun to go back and read it, because there are times that I'm reading what I have written, And I know I did not write that. Like, it was in my handwriting. I did not write that. I was being completely guided and directed in the words that were coming on that page because I don't speak that way. So that is what I would suggest. That first one is setting aside time for prayer and meditation and journaling. The second thing is reading, you guys. What is it that you are feeling yourself with? Keep educating yourself. You know, the school's never out for the pro. I've always heard that. And maybe you don't have time to sit down and read for 20 minutes every single day, but you could get Audible and maybe do a little Audible on your drive to work every morning, or maybe while you're doing your workout, kill two birds with one stone. And then maybe take a few minutes to journal out some of the things that you heard while you were listening to your book. But to me, there's nothing better than having bound paper in front of me so I can write on it, underline it, and go back and reference it. So number 3 is listen to faith-motivated messages. And because I feel like that really helps to feed your brain. And it might just be listening to worship music. You know, I never used to do that, but now I listen to it all the time. And it just like cancels out any negative thoughts that I absolutely have. And so, and along those lines, you guys, I know that you all have big dreams, and Nancy's going to talk to you all about goal setting and big dreams here in just a few minutes, but be careful with who you share those dreams with. You do not want to share a big dream with a small-minded person or someone who is afraid that you are going to pass them up. And that's been a hard lesson for me to learn, even in this past year, that some people who love me so much are afraid that I'm going to pass them. And I'm not even in a race with them. We are running our own races, but sometimes people are afraid of being left behind. So make sure that you're keeping with the right company and don't let people drag you down. So be choosy who your friends, who that circle of, you know, and it might just be your husband right now. If he is the one that lifts you up and encourages you to chase those dreams, then he's your person. That's who you share it with. Now, Nancy's going to talk to you a little bit more about this also, but writing down and reviewing your goals, dreams and goals every day. And, you know, I think that when you write down your dreams and goals, I also think it's very important that you write down not only specifically what that is, but specifically, why is that important to you? What makes that goal or dream important to you? And maybe who's attached to that goal or dream. We all have people who are attached to our goals and dreams, and we want to make sure that we are following through. Okay, I've got 7 seconds here. I've got to finish this up. And then the last one, I've already mentioned this, but exercise. And I'll tell you, several years ago, I started walking every single morning, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, whatever is absolutely amazing. I actually walk and talk to God. It's just like he's standing right there next to me. And I just sometimes vomit all of the stuff all over him. And he's a great listener. And so if that, you know, that's a great way to have your quiet time as well. So exercise is very important. It keeps your mind straight, it keeps it clear, and it keeps you healthy. So hope that is good for you guys. And if you want to stay accountable with me, I will run that race with you. Okay, Nancy.
Okay, set a timer for me. So I don't talk too long. I want to pick up on something that Christy said there, and I know you were being timely, but when we were talking about this and I'd gone to a conference, she said, don't worry about the hour that you don't have. Take the 15 minutes, the 20 minutes that you do, start there. You know, if you don't have time to read for 20 minutes, read one page. If you don't have time to walk for an hour, walk around the block, start somewhere. And the other thing that she said that I think is really important is she said, watch what comes out of your mouth. We are trapped by our words. So guard what comes from your mouth. Change what you are saying, and you will change what you are seeing. And I believe that to be so very true. And so I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about, this is all part of the same conference that we attended, but about having a goal or having you know, something you would like to accomplish. And I don't know about you, but for me, many times, especially like right now, it's been a huge year of change for me. And so, you know, my goal was to get through the day and then to get through the next day and then to get through the next day. I didn't have any huge, big, audacious goals. And I thought, well, I don't even know what I would want that to be. You know, I just want to get my house unpacked and make some friends and, you know, sell some product and get my, I mean, I didn't have anything that I could say that's my goal. And it's not just been this year, but oftentimes I feel like so many things that I would say are just the right things to say. It's what people want to hear you say, but they weren't really in my heart. Can anybody relate to that besides me? It's like you're supposed to say, I want to win a car. We're supposed to say, I want to be in a red jacket. We're supposed to say, I want to do, you know, court of recruiting or court of sales. And those are kind of the things that when people say, what are your goals? Those are the go-tos, especially in our business. Well, what was spoken to me just really resonated. And what she said is she said, imagine in your mind, it's December 31st. I want you guys to go there with me. You can just close your eyes, go to December 31st, wherever you're going to have your party. If you're having a party at home, or probably wouldn't be in the club because you couldn't think. But anyway, and you're getting ready to, you know, just celebrate. This has been literally the best year ever. It has been amazing. And you are getting ready to celebrate with close family and friends. And then the next thing that she said to me is what was such a huge awe. She said, what would have to happen between now and December 31st for you to believe and be able to celebrate that this truly was the best year ever? Now open your eyes. As she said that to me, it was like something inside triggered. And I thought, there are a lot of things that could happen between now and December 31st. If you haven't set a goal to, you know, do court of sharing or court of recruiting, that's not going to happen by December 31st unless you're like this rock star. Okay. But there are many things that could happen between now and the 31st of December. And so as I begin to go down that list, some of it's personal, some of it's Mary Kay, some of it's spiritual, exercise, weight, physical, all of those things. And as I wrote them down, I shared them with Christy and I wrote a whole list of them. And I've been reading them every day. And that is one of the things that they said that most people never write down what their goals are, and that only 1% write what their goals are and then visit them every day. And, you know, this was, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks ago that we did this, Christy. I don't remember what day it was, but anyway, it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I just was talking with her before we got back on. And 3 of those things that I had put on that list have already come to pass. And I believe that that is because 3 weeks ago, it wasn't even in the picture. It hadn't happened. It wasn't in the making. It was just on a piece of paper. Okay. And so I believe wholeheartedly that when you read it every day and you begin to speak it, when she said, watch what comes from your mouth, because what we speak out of our mouth creates what our future is. And so as we begin to speak those things, we take action, and action has to be a part of the plan. We cannot be successful and think about it. We have to take action. And so I was telling Christy, I said, I just had some boldness and I just stepped to the plate and did some things that was like, I was saying, Lord, I really want this. I really want this. He's like, why are you sitting around waiting? Do it. Why are you waiting for somebody else to do that? Right? So I just wanted to encourage you guys, write down. I'm going to give you 5 minutes and I want you guys to write down 5 to 10 things that would make this your best year ever. And I want you to write those down right now. And then after we're done, I encourage you. We always talk about a vision board or we talk about a goal board. Put those things on there, sit them in front of you. I don't care if it's on the back of a book. I don't care if it's on your wall, but someplace that you can see them every day so that you can keep what is important in your vision in front of you so that you can take action.
Okay, you guys. That was pretty powerful. I have 8 things. How many did you say, Alana? 4. It's good.
I had a little more time to think. I have 17. I did it a few days ago. But some of them are individual that could be.
That's good. Cecilia has 6.
Cecilia. Awesome.
Yes. Good.
Can I say one other thing, guys? Yeah, don't put down too many. I'm just saying I wrote down 17. That's a little much. But I don't know what you wrote down, but be a little bit specific. Like I actually wrote down that my garage is put away and I can park in it. You know, because we just moved, right? And that seems so insignificant, but that was very powerful for me to, and so I just want you to be specific. If you write something down, what does it look like to you? You know, if you say get organized, then what is it that means to you? Because it's different for all of us. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. I want to encourage you because it has been a life changer.
Awesome. I love it. And it would be amazing. Like if you want to visit this regularly with your sales director, I think it would be a great idea because having an accountability partner holds you accountable. I mean, you know, I think because then it helps you. I used to run a lot and I would run in races. And sometimes if I thought nobody was looking, I would kind of like ease off a little bit, but then there was somebody looking, then you would like, oh, you know, I'm going, you know, it's like being in an exercise class and other people are watching. So you work a little harder. So that's what accountability is all about. So we have a special treat for you tonight. Alana is going to pop in here and she's going to take about 5 minutes. And she is going to share with us how she works her PCP list and the success that she has.
Okay, yay. Thank you guys. I appreciate you taking some time to listen to me again. Okay, so PCP for anybody that's new that might watch this coming up, right? That's our preferred customer program, not any funky type of drug, anything like that. And everybody who has a consultant number should really participate in the preferred customer program because you can even put like your mom or your sister or your next door neighbor on it and it's 70 cents and then you get access to all kinds of goodies earlier than everybody else who decides that they don't want to participate in it. So that's just public service announcement. Okay, so how do I work my PCP? So I do, like Christy said, sorry, I got distracted. Squirrel. So it's like Christy said, I wait until mine shows up in the mail, but even before then, you know, I have printed out my report once the ship date has hit, and I can give you guys like all like the specific directions on how you can go in and print out your report. Since I only have 5 minutes, I'm not going to go through it all. So what I do is I print it out and I have it here in front of me, like as once they start getting mailed out, because what I do is I'm sitting here and looking at all of the people on the list, and a lot like I did with my recent share is I sort of sit here and I'm like just looking at names and asking God, like, okay, who am I thinking about? Like, should I keep them on the list or not? Even going so far as that. I pray about it. I ask God to help me listen to them when I contact them. I ask God whether I want to work with them or not as I'm looking through all of these lists. So like that's the first point. I am sitting there with a little bit of a prayer as I'm looking through this list and saying, okay, are these the people? Like obviously I'm going to contact all of these since they're already on my list, but I'm always already thinking ahead to the next one. Like, should these people be somebody I keep on? And as I go through and enroll, I do the same thing. I pray. I'm praying a lot. I'm a praying fool. So it's actually like what I do is I try and keep my life as simple as possible when it comes to PCP. And if you guys don't use a texting service, like I know Mary Kay has a partnership with Scipio, and there's also another one called Easy Blast out there, but I don't even use any of those anymore because they are expenses that I don't need. And you can text people right from your My Customers app on your phone. In order to reach out to them and do this little touch, as Mary Beth put it in her fantastic PCP training. Touch people every time, at the very least, every time you have a lookbook that comes out. So you can go right into the My Customers app, go to the customers, use the check mark and select all of your PCP customers and have like a generalized script, right? So in the spring, mine looked like really fun. And it was actually something that I got from one of my directors that I meet with in person in Birmingham. And it was like, Happy Friday, kind of like fun stuff. And I felt like it was really super fitting for springtime too. So I just absolutely loved it. It was like, guess what? You have Happy Mail. If you haven't already, you should be receiving your new spring catalog with this week. And when it arrives, open it up and check out your free sample. And then with that, it was like, put a heart on pages such like, it was for the spring, it was 3 through 9. So we can talk about elevating your skincare game. That was all about the clinical solutions, right? So like when you get yours, sit down and figure out like if there's something you really want them to be checking out. Hey, put a heart next to this so we can talk about it. And then, at the very end, it's like, did it arrive yet? Love Alana. Because some people, like, if they only hear from me every 3 or 4 months, every quarter, which I try to be better than that, but sometimes they're like, oh yeah, who's this? But so I do put my name, Love Alana, at the end of everything. Just even with the people who know me really well and I talk to more often, just as, a little reminder. But for the summer catalog, my plan is actually to I'm gonna try out more of Mary Beth's words because gosh, I know Mary Beth is super powerful with her customer service. Not that anybody else is not, but I know that she's so powerful. So why not use what somebody knows already works? We aren't here to reinvent the wheel. We've been taught that since the beginning. Like, use what works. And so I am going to use this, and it's going to be like, it's going to say, hey, such and such, like, hey, Sally, or hey, beautiful. Sometimes I do, hey, beautiful. What's new and exciting with you? How's your family? Is everyone happy and healthy? And are you taking any trips or vacations this summer? And just leaving it at that at the moment. Like, let them respond. Let's get into conversations with people. We're building relationships here. Sometimes they think we're like PCP. Oh, goodness. That's a whole bunch of people I got to contact. So take your time with it. Like, just send that one out. And then as those responses are going to trickle back in, so you can have authentic conversations with everybody. And then you can, as you're talking to them, be like, hey, I'm curious if you got your summer book in the mail. And yes, I, like, remind them that there's a free sample. And also don't forget that, you're always updating your VIP list, and make sure you're getting any address changes or email changes. If you're texting them, they probably don't have a phone number change, that kind of idea. And just remember, the biggest takeaway from Mary Beth's training that I said that I took, that I'm sticking with, is listen to them, ask, relate, and offer product and your services because you are a business, and do life with them, not just a transaction. So don't forget. And that's how I'm running my PCP this summer. And FYI, with my really great fun springy time one, I did do $1,000 in sales that very first week of contact. So it's worth it to do PCP.
Amen. Yes, totally agree. We have just a couple of minutes. And so I just wanted to just open the floor and see if y'all have any questions for Alana or any questions about anything that we went over tonight. I will have Alana to post her scripts on our Facebook group page, and then Nancy can post them on hers as well. So that way we can get those over to you guys. Nancy, did you have anything?
No, but I will be excited to hear how your goal setting goes. I would love to hear some feedback. It's been so exciting for me. I'd love to hear. And I can't wait to get those scripts, Alana. I loved what you said.
So good. Okay. Anybody else got anything? Okay, remember June 7th, that's our next meeting, and it will be a virtual beauty experience, and we will get out the list of things that we're going to use. But start create, like as you're going through your PCP list, like start making some notes of who you want to invite. So, all right, Nancy, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Okay, guys, I'm going to pray us out. Heavenly Father, I thank you for these women that took time to be on tonight. Father God, I pray that they will take this extra couple of minutes and just spend a few moments just thinking and processing everything that they received this evening, and then to put it into action. Father God, I pray that you would just give them boldness and courage to begin to speak new thoughts, to grow their faith, grow their thought process, and grow their business. Father, I just thank you for them and pray that you would bless them exceedingly and abundantly, and that they would have amazing success as they move forward and begin inviting for the 7th and follow up on their PCP. Just give them God winks of what they should do and what they should do next, Father God. And then I pray that they would just have the boldness and the courage to follow through. In the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you for everything that you're doing that we do not see. And we give you all the honor and all the glory and the praise for the great things that we've been blessed with. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you guys so much. This was a power-packed hour. So, hey, Sharon, reach out to Nancy about the Facebook group page.
You're on it.
Oh,
Our believers page. Perfect.
okay, you guys have a great week. Can't wait to hear about the goal setting and all the things. Bye, you guys.